Somebody asked me why the intro to my videos are so long. There's a good reason for it. YouTube don't like you swearing in the first 30 seconds. So I thought easiest thing to do is just make the intro so long that even when I do say the word fuck, it doesn't matter, it's too far in. Right, we're doing a few things today. Firstly, we've got windscreen wipers for the hashtag. They come in a noisy prick. They come in a funky box. That's all a bit excessive. Spare wheel, again, hashtag one. This is obviously not from a hashtag one, but it is from a Jag. Exactly the same size, exactly the same inside, and designed to be used in the car that's far heavier than the hashtag, so that's a start. And then also we've got, I'm going to do a little smoke test on that one because the vacuum brake booster is bleeding, so I'm trying to work out where it's bleeding from. Now, did you know that the fluid you have to put in this? Oh yeah, P did his favourite. He could have quite easily said that he was just smoke testing everyone. Now you can get to the wipers there. You can't actually lift them up because they hit the bonnet. There's a setting inside this menus where it will lift up. I don't know if you can see that. These ones clearly don't clear the screen properly. So I think it's about time. No, I think new ones. I'm sure it won't be like this forever. This particular connection isn't available in the cheapy one thing fits all type wipers that you can buy at the moment. Believe me, I tried. Bought some wipers exactly the right length, and it said there's a connector for 15 different types, and none of them actually fit. So yeah, these ones, one pair, they're about 30 quid including VAT from Smart. So it's not too bad, I suppose. They're fairly easy to fit. You've got these little things you press it in each side, and it slides out. And then you just slide the new one in. Now, obviously make sure that this is metal, this is glass. Make sure this doesn't hit that too hard, because changing this windscreen, pain in the tits. Nice click. Now, I've seen this before, and I did have to take the piss out of them. This is not a nicely coloured wiper blade. This is a cover. If you don't take the cover off, it wipes absolutely nothing. So, there you go, much nicer. On to the other side. Right, new wipers on. Now you might be asking, how does he need new wipers when the car is not that old? I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to buy wipers for that particular model. The reason for that, if you remember my previous video where I was repairing the car, something had gone over the bonnet, probably a motorbike. And what I hadn't noticed was it's a little kink, that one, isn't it? Obviously it's come apart slightly. So there was an area between there and there that didn't get swept properly. So bin fodder. I mean, that one's probably all right, but you can't buy just one at a time, so bin. Right, spare wheel. Now, when I changed them to those ones, noisy train. Now, when I changed to those ones, I did try and get one of the standard Brabus ones in the boot. It didn't fit. So I started thinking about getting a smaller spare wheel. Now, obviously the problem with smaller wheels is if you put one on, it's just kind of spaz out. And then I found out that you can actually put the back seats forward. So hopefully, there's loads of room. Absolutely fucking loads. Underneath here, and here I've got inflator. That's a scissor jack and that sort of crap. Got a battery for the inflator. It's fine. Torque wrench. That's the like punch repair stuff. 10mm just in case you need to disconnect the battery. Punch repair slime. 19mm socket in case you need to take it off. So that's all nicely hidden underneath there. I've still got all that room there as well. I don't think spare wheel's going to fit in there. I don't know if you've seen the Audi wheels they sort of fold in on themselves. Now if I can get a tyre to fit something like that, that'd probably fit in there. But until then, we'll have to go a different route. And we've got a jig wheel. I can go there. Because I always carry around the umbilical cord, previously it would just float around in the boot, and that's no good. So what I did, I got one of these. This is for an Audi boot snake, and it's just a lumber foam covered in, I think they call it Oxford, sort of waterproof material with Velcro on the bottom. And you can create stuff like that. That fits in it and stops rattling around. Now, since that's there and there's enough room, I can put the seats back a bit. Close that down. There's only legless people can get in at the moment. Okay, that's gone back full. I can sit a bit forwards. The standard 19s wouldn't fit in there, but it looks like even with the seats right back, that fits in there nicely. That's one less thing to worry about. If you want to know, I got this from eBay. Typed in 5x108. I think the 63.4 ID or something. Yeah, these are from a Jaguar XF or something like that. Decent brand tyre, Pirelli. The only scary part, obviously it's upside down. You just standing there a second. 135, 80, 18. Inflate to 60 psi. That's rock solid. Now, I know some of you get a bit of a hard on for unboxings, so prepare to be disappointed. There's constant erectile dysfunction because this is boring. Although we'll get back to that bit, that's quite funny. Right, main unit. Looks like the arcade machine. Fairly simple. You can pump out air or you can pump out smoke, and you can adjust the rate at which the air comes out. It's got pressure on there so you can see if it is leaking or not. And in here somewhere, there's a little hook. Now obviously that's for when you're working on the car. What you can do, you can hook it onto your Prince Albert and it sort of just stays there in the way. And then you can you look down between your legs and seal the gauges and that. So, I mean, or you could just hang off your bonnet, I suppose, if you haven't got a Prince Albert. And in here we've got random hoses. This one runs directly off the car battery. Apparently it does require a fair bit of current to get it working. Now that could cause issues because that figure 8 looks exactly the same as a mains plug. Now if you plug down to the mains, there'll be probably smoke and then a dead smoke meter. Okay, that's for valve removal. I don't need that. They don't send you any fluid. They do give you a little baby bottle to play with. So you do need the Johnson's baby oil. That's what causes smoke. This is supposed to connect to that. And that gets rammed into whatever orifice you want to smoke test. That is a bit overkill for what I need it for. That's probably a bit underkill for what I need it for. That's for like little tiny hoses. Imagine if you've got a hose like that in the engine bay, that can get pushed into it just to check. These are your bungs if you need to block off any other ports that you know are supposed to be open. I don't need any of those on. Now this might seem like the sort of thing you'd get in the Ann Summers catalogue. Now you ram that in, ram it in, and then you squeeze it, and it gets bigger and bigger until your colon bursts, I suppose. That's sealing around whatever it is, and then you blow smoke in through that. So if you really need smoke in your colon, then you probably use that. That's far too entertaining. Your main tube has got a little rattlesnake thing on the end. So I assume it's good for pushing into different pipes. It's ribbed for your pleasure. This end, just standard hose, but on the back of the unit, that's where you unscrew that. Place this over the hose. This is not awkward at all. And then put it on there, screw it in firmly. There you go, and that's all held in. Open the outlet. You need to drip in there between 10 and 20 millilitres of oil, like anyone knows what that looks like. So make up as you go along. Now cancel that, it's got markings on the side of this. Not quite so clear. 50, 40, 30, 20. Yeah, it's only like 2 marks. I think it's 5mm for every mark. So it makes sense. I swear the smell of that baby oil is giving me PTSD flashbacks for one of my exes. As instructed, and put the lid on. Right, hang it up wherever you need it. Grab your power cable, connect it to battery, and then connect it from the battery to your smoke meter. Okay, we've got battery. Probably charged, don't really know. Plugged in. Turned on. Light. Right, don't shoot me or nothing, but I just looked at the instruction manual. Yeah, I know. Yes or no? That comes on when it runs out of fluid to tell you that it's overheating. That's fine. So you've got air mode. You press air mode. It shows you the flow rate. You can adjust that if you want to bring it down. Flow rate comes down. And out the little rattlesnake tail. Yeah. And if you then press smoke as well, that'll stay on. And that'll turn the little heater on. And very, very quickly, you start getting the smoke coming out. It's like burning oil. Yeah, that detects leaks okay. Well, it's probably not immediately obvious, but this metal thing back here, that bit there is creased. Where this was hit, it pushed everything back. So I do have a replacement one in black. I'm not quite sure why this one is black and the other one is silver, but it's got the same connections on it. I'm not sure about the part numbers. However, so that bit pops out. There's a sensor up there. That's the pressure sensor. So I should be able to pull that out, and you can just about see it. It's getting a bit dark in there. There's a rubber grommet there. What I need to do is get the rattlesnake tail, jam it in there, and start creating smoke, and see if I can actually see it coming out anywhere else. Well, I'm still using the off-site battery. I could use the battery fit to the car, but I'm not gonna. Bit of light on the subject. You can see the rattlesnake fits in there quite nicely. So we'll go. Helps. Then that and that. Now I just need to look for smoke appearing. I've had this running for about 2 minutes and I actually can't see any smoke coming out at all. Which is actually a bit of a concern because I thought that was the problem. But it could also be electrical pump hose. So there's an electric pump from the back of the car onto the front that creates a vacuum. So turn it off, we don't need that anymore. Yeah, so there's no smoke there, but I'll take that out. See where the smoke is. It wasn't coming out anywhere else. So it looks like that actually hasn't failed. Turds. Tomorrow I'll get it in the garage and I'll put the smoke down there so I can see it coming out anywhere else. Next day, still smells oily in here. Now yesterday I went out in that car and after messing around with the aero light didn't come on again. I'm sure it will. But it actually smelled a bit oily inside. So now I'm wondering if it's actually leaking through the membrane inside the car. So I'll make a bit of room, get the car in here and give it a little go and launch myself under the dashboard, see if I can see any smoke coming through. So I'm wondering, right, can you see what I'm looking at? Probably not. Right, that thing there, that is the other end of the brake vacuum booster. Now I'm wondering if it's leaking out into this side. Seems to be like a little snail trail. Not so sure. Might just try and pull back that rubber boot a bit, get the smoke going and see if I can see anything. And you can see it's holding a certain amount of pressure and that has gone down, so there's less airflow in there. So it's pumping stuff in, and there's nothing coming out that I can see like before. But what we can see, you can hear it as well. Oh, there you go, that's where it's leaking from anyway. Might not be particularly easy to see, but you can just about see it, can't you? Now, stick your microphone up here to be able to hear the hissing as well. Right, so that definitely needs changing. There's that bolt there, that bolt there, that one there, and that one up there. Not the easiest thing to get to. You have to remove the clip from the side, unplug it, then okay, we can stop that. You have to remove that nut there. There's another one just underneath there. Disconnect those two. Remove the entire front of the car, and then we can disconnect the, that's the master cylinder and header tank. We should be able to disconnect that. Then, hoping this is the same one because it's a different car, but that's the part that goes through to the foot brake. This is part on the outside. Yeah, it doesn't look exactly the same, but it's got 453 number on it. And that top one is for the sensor. That one there is where I've just filled up and now it's pissing out smoke. Yeah, the angle of the bolts, because that's going to sit like that, it's 45 degrees. So that's right. Just got to check. Come on, focus you fuck. Got to check that number against that number. Oh, at least now I know where it's leaking from. Right, so between the inside and outside there's a diaphragm. You won't really be able to see it in there, but I'm presuming then that when there was an impact, it probably pushed it back and tore the diaphragm very slightly. These are all sealed up, so it's not really a good way of doing it without just messing it up. Not quite sure why they got a mixture of bolt colours, but makes it a bit more interesting, doesn't it? What I might do then, I might stick a bung in there and test this one to make sure that the same thing doesn't happen. Don't really want to do all this work and find out it's the exact same issue. Yeah, that seems right. It was a bit of a tricky one to seal up because I didn't have a bung that would fit that one, which is a bit annoying. For some reason I've got two bungs the same size, and it's just a bit too big. Next size down, too small. So I tried pumping in with that one, but then that doesn't go in far enough because the bar. And I tried the inflatable butt plug, but because it doesn't go in far enough, because again, the bar, it popped out right in my face. And obviously you can see it pouring out there. Couldn't see anything coming out this side. So I'm going to have to make the presumption that it works fine. Now if you want one of these, a Packer Win, sounds racist, smoke leak detector. I'll put an Amazon affiliate link in the description because money. I'm not going to start recommending shit that I don't use or like myself. That's been really handy. Unfortunately it's not orange, otherwise I'd have bought the orange one. It's still smoking. Man, I wish you could smell this workshop, it stinks. If that smelled like Johnson's baby oil, that'd be fine. If it doesn't, it just smells like burnt oil. Not so fine. But then I started thinking, I'm not going to start this now, it's Sunday, it's too late. I always like to have a backup car just in case I needed to go to work, in case one of my other cars fails. At my place of work, we've got a private car park type place, and we're only allowed to have 2 parking permits. So this is on one of them, and the hashtag's on the other one. So this one needs to be able to be used at a moment's notice, just in case. I've got 4 days left to work, and then I'm off for like 10 days because my father's funeral, which is a bit shit, but that's only 1 day, so I'll be around for some other days. So it'll give me a bit of time to take the front off of that and get it all done. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, just watch some shit. It does me a favour. I'm so close to being able to monetize the channel because currently in the last year and a half of doing it, I've earned bugger all. See you later. I just remembered I bought bungs. But these are for either painting or powder coating, so you don't fill the threads up. But you could definitely use those when doing smoke testing as well. Links in the description if I remember to do that. If putting that oil in it makes the smoke but smells bad, what happens if you get a nice smelling oil, such as bulbous oil, and put that in it? Would it make smoke? Would it smell nice? How to fix a broken smoke machine? Probably coming quite soon.